are in for an early night tonight. So, well, not early night. I'm actually coming on early so I can. So, oh, I need to update my titles. New live events. Open chat. I need to update my titles.
Actually, she's got me taking all these bone things. There's two things for my bones because, and I said, well, when are we going to stop taking these? By the way, oh, never. You're going to take those forever. Oh, okay, okay. Well, it's my bones. I'll be fine. And now I have one thing for cholesterol and one thing for my mental health. Well, that's not bad. No, it's not. And I'll be happy to take the cholesterol one only because that way I don't have to worry as much about what I eat. But I don't think I eat too much stuff that I try to watch. I know a little bit about eating. Yeah. I don't eat too many cakes and whipped cream and stuff like that.
Okay, so we're going to use some Liquitex acrylic mediums matte varnish. So I'm going to turn that off so I can. So I'm going to do some varnishing, which means I'm going to need my airbrush. So I need my airbrush, and I need my thinner, because I will thin this up a little bit. And then I need, oh, I need an airbrush, an actual airbrush. Airbrush, compressor on. So let's get that set. Let's pull my airbrush booth forward. So, mouse out the way. Move these, get rid of my cutting board. I've got a newer cutting board coming, but it hasn't showed up here yet. Oh, it's not coming. So, I am going to varnish these guys. Several years ago, but I stopped smoking immediately, but I wasn't smoking that much at the time anyway. And my lungs, like the last time I had to go see the appointment. Oh, there's that other pillar. I was looking for that. I'll set that to the side for later. Okay, so let's bring these out. So we're just going to give these guys a matte varnish, a couple of quick coats, and then I'm going to build some Gunpla. Because I like building Gunpla. Alright. Because it's just my friend in California, it's all legal there. That's all there is. Yeah, she's about my age. I think she's very young. Alright, I got my vent on. Got my scrap sheets out. So let's go ahead and get on the glasses. There we go. All right. So, hello. Well, so let me show you what I got. So I've finished my Hellions, if it'll focus. I just left them with black eyes because they don't have like the ability to, so they're basically done. I think the highlights on the flesh look okay. It's not perfect. Focus. Oh, come on, focus. There we go. So I'm generally very happy with them. They're appropriately pale. They turned out pretty well.
His dreadlocks turned out pretty good. Generally turned out pretty good.
Because you know there are so many places I can do hairstyles in so long. And when I stopped working with Miss Girls, I stopped doing them.
You know, I suck at eyes, and they're not like Space Marine eyes where it's like
Oh, I know.
kind of a thing. So I just went with solid black eyes because you know,
So bad. See, all we
DruKhari,
could do is,
whatever.
well, we could just end up building taco tables.
So
Yeah,
they all turned out pretty well. I'm generally very happy with
a
them.
whole bunch of
So I'm going to give them a quick varnish. Thank you, appreciate it. Because these are like, you know, these guys don't have regular bases. They've got these bases. And they're not glued to the flying stands. The bases are glued together, but the stands are not glued up there. I might try to magnetize them later. But right now, I'm going to just give them a quick varnish to protect the paint. And then I'm going to build some. I'm going to build some Gundams that I have because I've got like 19 Gundams that I've gotten in from AliExpress, and I want to build some of them. I'm not going to paint them, but I may do some panel lining and maybe do some colors. I've got some paint markers, so I might do some paint marking. Just taking a break, probably for like a week or two, because I got a lot of Gundams to build. And then I'll well, maybe only for a week if I'm just building them. And then I'm probably going to go back to more DruKhari. Haven't decided. I've got some racks. I've got a Kronos slash Talos, and I got Harlequins, and I got a crap load others DruKhari. I got a crap load of DruKhari. So, yeah. All right. So we got an airbrush. Oh, check this out. This is like I've really. So let me show you something really quick. Actually, I'm going to use these because I got them.
Oh, I know. We got the time schedule that we should do.
So I recently found the value in 3D printing beyond just like.
Wait, I'm a very different person than you, aren't I? When I
Go wrong way.
oh,
So I 3D printed all
I'm
these.
not the same person as you.
Oh, I didn't quite open it up. So, like,
Well, I think they did.
I have an A1 printer, and each one of these took like I think 90 grams of filament, and their total value to print was all 5 of them was like $1.60, so maybe $1.80 with power. And it took about an hour each to print. So I'm probably gonna do racks next, cause like. Oh, I need to adjust that screw. Hold on. Let me find a screwdriver. Be right back. Just 1 second.
To be gathered together, the whole point is just being together physically and play. You don't have to worry about cleaning up certain things. Yeah, sometimes well, if we're in Pensacola, they generally make a Kim will walk over and walk around the mall for a while, and then we'll just go out. I mean, that's a day. Enough is a day shopping.
So, you know, these are like, even on AliExpress, they're like $8.
You can put plastic, you can put Ziploc bags underneath some of these, they're ready. I said you could put Ziploc bags on your feet so they don't get wet. Is your son home?
I might have to trim this one a little bit.
You want to?
So, if you just want to do terrain, you want it probably an A1. Although
Yeah, you know what's
there's a rumor that they're screwing with their.
yeah, I was too. Actually, I'm on.
So here's the thing: it's a different kind of a different type. You want an FDM printer kind of for terrain, but if you want to do minis, you kind of want a resin.
Okie dokie, well, good night,
Let me
dear.
fix this.
Okay, bye bye.
Okay.
Oh, God.
So for the A1 is good for terrain, although if we're not printing anything, there we go. Um, oh well, I mean this was on the Bamboo Labs. This is like one of the free ones they had. But like I've printed up some minis, and so if I can get this focus, this is. We'll get it to focus. Come on. Well, no, it's a different process. So this is an FDM printer, which basically it's got. You get it to focus. So this is the best, really the best quality I've managed to get on my printer. Um, it's actually better for Space Marines because Space Marines are a little bit blocky. Um, here's some legs, and they look decent. But when you see them up close, you can see the layer lines. So there's two. The two main types of printers are filament and resin. And resin printers. Oh, that fell off. I'm gonna probably have to drill some holes and magnetize, but not right now. Resin printers. Use resin as a liquid. And well, let me show you some terrain I built. Hold on. So it just depends. It's like a use case situation. I have to put some magnets on these to make this. So hold on, let me show you some stuff. So here's some bases I printed up. Let me just get these kind of in focus. And bases is a good example. Like you probably can't see it here, but if you see them up close, like you can see kind of some of the layer lines or the lines where it's built. But overall, it's okay. But bases are great. Oh no, that's my mom's phone. Bases are great. All right, so hold on, let me put these finish putting these on here so I can use that out of the way. Yeah, the only thing I had to provide extra for these was a screw. And I probably didn't pick the right screw. I probably should have gotten a countersink screw because it sticks up a little bit. And with these, it's a problem because it's a flat base. And yeah, I'm going to have to change the screw out. Oh, go the wrong way. Yeah, this one's kind of got messed up. Oh, am I going the wrong way? Oh yeah, this one's coming apart. I might need a different screw for this. So, hold on, give a second. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. All right, so let me set these to the side, and I'll come back to these in a second because I'm going to varnish them. So let me show you a second what I built. So this is terrain. This is what I've built so far. I've actually got a more white. It's from a role-playing game called Vampire or Wraith the Oblivion off of the Vampire the Masquerade role-playing game. And I really liked the Wraith game, but no one else did, so I bought all the books but never played it. And so it basically, it's a type of specter, which are evil undead ghosts that have been possessed by their dark souls and they're constantly bleeding from their wounds. The literal translation means undead because mort means dead and white means living being. So the literal translation of undead, but it's from a role-playing game. So I'm gonna drill these out and magnetize these. yeah, beyond that, it's just something I've been using. Like I've been using it since Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. Because my Xbox name is Mort White, my PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4 username is Mort White. It's just something I use for like everything. So to like unify. But yeah, so this is the terrain I printed. This took like, yeah, it's a cool game, but it's like it's different from other. The only popular White Wolf game is like Vampire. The rest are kind of like niche games, but I really liked Wraith. I really liked the setting, but no one else did. So I haven't cleaned these up because I don't know if you can see, they still got some wisp lines, but I might just leave them. Um, but yeah, this is terrain I printed. So this basically, this is roughly beyond time. This is about 50, not count this. This is part of it. I'll show you the rest in a second. But this is $15 in terrain because it basically took me a whole spool of filament to produce. So I've got this three-tiered structure, and like I said, I'm going to drill these out and magnetize these. Yeah, that one. I've got this two-tiered structure, and this one, I don't know if you can see it. You can see it like kind of messed up a little bit, but you know, it's still fine. It's just terrain. And so that's two. Then I've got this two-tiered structure, which is this thing right here and this. So, you know, again, got to magnetize them at some point. Oh, could you turn that down a bit, please? Down, down. And then this three-tiered piece of terrain, which is this base piece, this piece here, and then this piece here. So
I just did. Can't you hear?
yes, I can. Thank you. So
Close the door.
what door? Anyway, so basically, that's about $15 worth of materials, not counting the machine. And to buy equivalent terrain set, that's like $100 terrain set. Like if you look at the uh, the um, the Vorkus set that came out with Kill Team Hivestorm, it's pretty close to that. So it's about that price. So, you know, $100 terrain for. Bear in mind that took like 3 days to print. Not solid days because I had work, so I had to stop. Um, but it had 3 days to print, and over 3 days, and it just it's. But I have no idea what I'm doing. I literally have no idea. I literally am just like. Um, Bear in mind, Bamboo is in the process of locking down their ecosystem and blocking out third-party apps from using it. But like I can literally print from my phone. I can search for like so. Let me do a search. I'm gonna just search Warhammer. So here we have terrain, tank terrain. This is the painting handle that I did. Some more tanks. Again, here's a Chaos Marine, bolt pistols, markers for kill team, uh, dreadnought, more terrain, more terrain, bolters, and that's you can get like kind of basic looking minis. Like here's one guy. This is actually, I'm gonna print this guy. So this is the Death Corpse of Krieg with a battle standard. I'm gonna go ahead and print him. So let's select my printer. So I got an A1 next. So I'm going to change out. So Bamboo Labs, PLA matte, copies 1, bed leveling, and I'm going to change my, the printer, on sale, $300, roughly. I think I've got my, I got my 2.0. So I'm going to go ahead and print this. And it should be done by the end of the thing. So, let's see. Hold on. Oh, I got to change out my nozzle really quick. Hold on a second. Oh, give me just 1 second. I got to pull this pop up. I don't have a camera on this, so. All right.
Well, I could eat potato chips.
You could eat potato chips, mother.
Could eat.
Just 1 second. No, that's just fine. No, I got the nozzle on there I want. Alright, so it wants me to use, yes, well, and that's resin cheapers. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. External spool, PLA. Is my printer set to 2mm? Set to Hmm. Let's see. Hold on, let me go back and set up my device. Let's see. Device, printer, PLA. Alright, so that's good. Hello? Yes, the Death Corpse of Krieg is way too freaking expensive. Honestly, I was gonna get that box set until I found out it came with two. I guess maybe I can't print this guy because I have to go to my computer to print to re-slice the plate with a different nozzle. Flight stand, blah blah blah, blah 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 blah. So, where's that guy? I cannot change the details in this. Alright, so I'm not going to be able to print this. So, yeah, no, I know. Honestly, I buy most of my stuff off eBay when I can find it cheap. Like anything below an MSRP, or even like if I can. The only thing bought recently that I what's it called that I pay paid like full price. Well, so you got to think. Hopefully, the problem is like, and I know a guy that does resin printing, and the resin model detail is really good. Honestly, Games Workshop just needs to reduce their markup on this stuff because they mark this stuff up way too much, you know. But yeah, there's a guy that I gamed with a couple times, and he has a resin printer, and he printed a bunch of kill teams for like basically the cost of the STL. When the STLs for like a team are usually $20. What I've been looking for, which is what I want from it, 3D printing, but I haven't found yet. I want the ability to print bits. I want the ability to print, like, the problem with I'm using DruKhari, so they're kind of fiddly, so they don't really work great. Yeah, I know. So they don't really work well for 3D printing because they just like this is my. I might be able to do some more things. I might be able to make the layer height a little bit shorter, and get rid of the mold lines. But I actually printed 2 copies of these legs, and they're both basically the same. But if you notice, one has the tailbone broken off, the other doesn't, is because when they're in the mold like this, they're very fragile. Like, yeah, they both have this piece broken off, and like the supports are very tough to get off, even though they're thin. Well, like I said, the bits I want aren't made. Like nobody has bits of like. Yeah, well, I mean that's also more a bit of the style, but like I said, I want torsos and legs, um, and I'm actually I found a website in the European Union that sells like parts and bits, so I can get like a lot of the stuff I want cheap, because I want to use all the extra arms and legs I have from my boxes. And like I was shopping on eBay to like buy torsos and legs and the little weapon packs. They're these little let's put them on here a little bit sturdier. But they're like they're like it's effectively I could be buying a whole other box of Marines for the price of buying bits. So yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen with Plague Marines. I mean, it's cool, but again, it's like I don't want. I mostly. I mean, I'm building armies, but I'm mostly buying to paint. So I'm kind of hoping I might buy some of the like the Death Corps minis when they're available in individual sets. But I wanted 5 horses, but I didn't want 10. I really thought the commands unit was going to be in there. All right, so let's get this varnishing done. So my PSI is probably a little bit high, but I'm going to need that for varnishing. So this side. Get that out of there. So let's get a little bit of. All right, we got some varnish. We got some. Put some thinner in here. Oh, where's my sponge? There's one of my sponges. Makeup sponges. Makeup sponges. Oh. What are Tyrolean dog soldiers? I've not heard of this. I mean, I've got like tons of bits, and like some of it I just like use to like Oh, okay. I'm just like like I said, I'm slowly building a DruKhari Army, but mostly I just paint. All right, that's one. That's two. Oh, that's cool. You know, I gotta admit, the only reason I really like Games Workshop models, I mean, their detail is great, but I really like I like just the whole assembly process. You know, I like the, okay. I like the cutting off the sprue and the glue assembly and all that. Hold on, I gotta turn up this fan. It's gonna get loud. It's three. It's four. Yeah, no, I mean, like it's the whole process of building and painting that I like. I feel like Warhammer should do a little bit something. All right. Should do a little bit something. Oh, after as soon as I'm done with this, I got like 15 to choose from. If you want to finish, make sure I got all these pretty well. All right, that is that. Leave the ventilator on for a second. Where is my bottle of varnish? Oh, that sounds cool. Are you Brute Boost Boost Palace? Okay, that's kind of a weird name, but hey, that's fine. Who am I to judge? Are you at all interested in Trench Crusade? Oh yeah, yeah, I heard that happen. Yeah, I heard they made a change and basically got rid of a bunch of people's armies in like a really shitty way. And it's like, I think that the problem is like they're trying to be both a competitive type game, but they're also trying to, like, is the rule book for 10th edition even useful at all anymore? You know? So, like, does anybody even need the rule book for 10th edition? Is it just like there's been so many rule changes and datasheet updates that doesn't even matter anymore? You know, are you at all interested in the Trench Crusade game that's miniature agnostic that's coming out? That's more of a skirmish-based game. I thought about kickstarting that, but like the all-in was like $800, and I didn't have them at the time. I was unemployed. It's I see purple alcohol in here. Yeah, I haven't actually played any 40k recently. The last time I played 40k, I had an Dark Elder army, which is what I'm building now. Um, and I think I played in 3rd edition. So I have miniatures dating back to 1st edition, though. Because somebody online posted a Games Workshop's price list, and like most things that are for sale are like a 3 times markup at least. So I'll be done cleaning my airbrush in a bit. I started painting miniatures in 88, 89. Um, oh, where's my water bottle? All right, so that is done. Let's kill the compressor. Disconnect this. So that should be pretty clean. I'm not worried about it should be okay. If this is my cheap airbrush. If it clogs up and dies, I'm not worried about it. All right, so let's put that away. So, and let's see. Let's pull these guys. Oh, here they're stuck together. They're DruKhari, so they're very slippery. Oh, stop falling apart. All right, let's pull these. Put these over here. Sorry, I'll be done in just a second. All right, 2, 3, 4. Oh. As I toss them. Yeah, I'm gonna have to magnetize these bases, but I'll worry about that later. These guys. All right, so put these up here and push this back. Oh, it's a little bit too far, but I'll be okay. All right. Clipboard back. Set these up here to set these in here to dry. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I never play, but I didn't play until like until like the until like 92 or no 2002. I just painted. So, all right. So I got a crap load of Gundams, but I'm gonna start with this. This is a so I bought a bunch of Gundam model kits off of AliExpress for like $6 to $10 a piece, and they have come in complete, transfers and everything. So this is pretty sure this is a knockoff of the Crimson Witch of Mercury. So I'm gonna build this bad boy. Or maybe they're just like packaged differently in Japan versus America. Oh, so it's got transfers, and then it's got metal stickers. Yeah, no, I get my nippers out. And where is my utility knife? Oh, where's my utility knife? I don't know where I put my utility knife. Did I put it up where? Oh, there it is. No, that's not it. Oh, here it is. It's in here. So, yeah, I actually sold the I think the second edition Warhammer Fantasy Battles box set recently, and like it's interesting, like because I was originally going to sell it a couple years ago, but I thought it was only selling for like $40, and then like when the old world got re-released, for some reason there was massive demand for all those monopose miniatures, and the price went up to like people were selling at 400. So okay, so this is going to be a blue, white, and pink model. This will be interesting. So I'm assuming these are yeah, I have the late 80s Space Marine box set, which is all the what's it called? The terrain size, where it's for the terrains for the there's regular Warhammer, and then there's where it's everything small. Titan scale. I have that. I still have the Space Hulk box set, but I'm missing a lot of the a few of the Gene Stealers and Terminators in there. And I think that might be the first edition, but also I've kind of painted everything, so everything kind of looks like crap. So, alright, so, but, alright, so I'm going to build these, and then probably later on, oh, it's got some options. I'm probably going to take them apart and paint them. But I probably won't, I might paint them on stream, but I'm not going to prime them. So, yeah, the one I had like 20 it had 20 elven archers and a bunch of cardboard standees, and then like I think 20 or 40 orc archers. Fantasy Battles box. Okay, so I need B. So this is A. I'm betting this one's B. This is B. So this is C. And this one is C2. And here's all the things, and here's the feet, some other pieces. All right, so let's start with body B16 and B19. B16, B16 and B19. Where's 19? Oh, there's okay. Yeah, this actually kind of really looks like it's a Chinese knockoff, but it's fine. You know, it's $5. So, but like I said, I've been shopping online, looking for bits, but like yeah, nothing's cheap. I found a website in Europe that sells bits at a reasonable price, you know, but it's like shipping. Yeah, when I first started buying, I bought I think it was 88 or 89. I bought the Space Marine Armies of Legend box set, which was 30 Space Marines. Oh, dude, $5. I mean, the cheapest single model in here is what's it called? Is yeah, the cheapest. The only thing we have that's $5 are the Dungeons and Dragons themed miniatures. The cheapest models we got here are literally like $30. Although I did get the Age of Sigmar Scaventide box set on clearance for 50 at my local game store, or for sorry, not 50, 150. And I think it probably didn't sell because they weren't selling it for 230. They were selling it for 270. So I think they priced themselves out of a market there. No, no, no. Let me show you. I got this for 150. Oh no, these Gundams were $5 a piece. Yes, but these are not. Yeah, no, these are like well five to eight. Some of them are eight, some of them are five. But bear in mind, oh, are these instructions right? But these are from AliExpress, so these are not what you call quality materials. Yeah, I basically I bought a bunch off all. Yeah, I think this one was like $6, but they're between they're all like Chinese knockoffs. I hadn't tried it before, so I figured I'd just like oh yeah, 150 for Scaventide. It was on clearance at my local game store. So that's a decent price. I mean, 170 with tax. Um, I'm actually going to go back and see if they bought any more, if they have any more on clearance, and I'm going to I might buy them and sit on them for a year till they go up in value. PC4 and PC4. So where's PC4? These two. Yeah, but yeah, the yeah, it's well, considering that they want to charge MSRP, which is $170, 150 is pretty good. Okay, so that's that. Now I need B17, which is this one right here. So, we need my Sanders. Oh, I don't really care. So let's go and put this in here. Hmm. You can pretty easily. I mean, it's the STLs are there to find. This is not going together right. Um, where is it's going? Okay, so there we go. Sometimes you gotta just like hollow things out so they fit together. All right, there we go. No, not in tournaments. Like you can play at like some random place, but as far as I know, Games Workshop, unless they're like really good proxies, like a tournament's probably not going to let you do anything. All right, so I need D3. What is D? This is C. C. Ooh. Where is D? This is A. Is that D3? No, D2, A1, D2. Okay, D2, and then I need 3. Number 3. Okay, D2, number 3. So so uh yeah, check out like Etsy's got good place. Cuts 3D is a great place for 3D files. I mean, there's a lot of stuff you can get for free. Like I got like these guys. I mean, this is not the whole piece. I just printed out the torso because it's neat. But I got this guy for free. And it doesn't like it's got no. It's a solid piece underneath, but it's a pretty decent model. Like you can see, there's if you focus, you can see the texturing on the bottom, and that needs to be sanded down because like anything face down. But yeah, FDM printers don't work too great for what's it called? Anything that's they don't work too well for anything that's like super tiny detailed. So, uh, yeah, is that all the way down? I honestly can't tell. There we go. But yeah, I mean, like I said, you can find there's good proxies out there. There's a whole website that makes Death Corp of Krieg proxies that are really good. All right, so I need E1, which is this E. This is in fact E, so I need E1 and I need number 16. 16, there it is right there. Oop, I just knocked one of those freaking guys off. Now, I'm definitely going to have to magnetize these to their bases. Oh, yeah, these are the guys I just finished painting. Focus. So I'm generally happy with them. Well, so here's the question. For when you're because this is FDM printed right here on a .02 nozzle. So the thing is like you might need a smaller nozzle because like you can see the detail in there. You can see the cross. Now it's not as good as the problem is they're very fragile at this point because where are they? Like here's some torsos I printed that turned out pretty good. They're not perfect, but you know, a little bit of sanding and they're fine. But the thing is, like, if it came out messy, it might be your nozzle. Because if you're using a where's that go? This goes. Because if you're using like a really, because I've got a Bamboo A1 mini and or not a mini, I got a Bamboo A1 and that's got um, but yeah, if your printer has an option for yeah, you can see the lines, but like that's a you know that's a model that's basically the same scale as this. Actually, let me show you some resin models that I bought and painted to show you some examples of how the lines look on resin. And I don't know what quality of printer they use, but so this guy's a resin print, and mostly on the base you can see the layer lines, but like overall it looks really clean. Like they're visible. Um, here's a snake boy. This oh sorry. So focus. Focus. But I don't know what kind of printer this was printed on, you know? Because, like, this might have been printed by an early. It these might have been printed on like an earlier style printer. Because, like, nowadays you can get a Mars Ultra for like $200 that's got a 4K resolution scanner. So I haven't seen anything printed on. Well, here's a like this is a paint fail. I put it in isopropyl alcohol because I wasn't happy with the color and the whole. Well, it's actually it's kind of reverse centered, but like you can see if I can, you can see the lines in the dress. There's a lot of like not smooth detail, but again, that might be maybe yeah. I need a piece of black paper or something like that, but basically it depends on the resolution of the printer. So these ones are some things I bought off Etsy, and they could have been printed on older style printers. They were not old. They were old and not very detailed. Whereas, like I said, the newer Mars ones are actually really freaking awesome. Okay, so if I get this in here, this doesn't work. Oh, there we go. So there we go. That's good. Yeah, like I said, it just yeah. Well, it's got some lines, but like it's honestly they're all fine. Um, but the issue is like this one is made out of some kind of soft resin. So I have this stuff that's called actually I might be able to salvage this. I have some stuff called LA Totally Awesome that I use for stripping paint. And you can see the bottom of this is chipped away because I put it in the stripper. Yeah. Well, like for Mars systems, it's basically how big you want to print. Again, you want to research independently. I picked an A1 for FDM printing for terrain because I kickstarted some terrain stuff that I want to print and stuff. Let's see. So I need a A34. Where's A34? So it just, but like the Mars 5, the different Mars models are basically just different sizes. So like if you want to print like a handful of this is A, and I'm looking for piece number 34. A34, 27, 27. There it is. So it's just like it just depends on a lot of it depends on how much you want to print. So like the Mars Ultra 5 will let you print like the Mars Ultra 5 will basically their biggest versions. The bigger I think for the most part when I was researching, the higher the option, the basically like usually like the bigger print plate and stuff like that. So um, and then like you go to Saturn, which is an even bigger print plate. So the thing you got to deal with no, I mean like the square centimeters of the plate. So I've got a Bamboo A1, and let me show you the print plate. So this resin printers are different, but you see this is like I think this is 256 by 2. So like the size of the plate, like depending on the size of the printer will determine your print volume and print height. So I can print like I think I can basically do the entire length, width, except for a little bit of trim, and almost like a full square. So I can print, this high. Let me show you some of the taller things I've printed. Oops. So I've been printing some terrain for Gundam model kits. So this is like one of the tallest things I printed right here. And it's just I actually printed this to be super hollow. So the roof top layer is really thin, but I just wanted to not use a lot of resin. So, but this is Gundam scale building. I'm going to prime this at a certain point. But yeah, basically a lot it's really you're looking for the basic, and the like the ultras or whatever is like the print quality. So that's the kind of stuff you got to compare. Is the print quality on this good versus how much you're paying? But if you're looking to just print a handful of miniatures at a time, like 5 or 6, depending on how you slice them, probably like the Mars 3 is enough. So let's get this. So a lot of it just depends on how much you want to print at once, and what your budget is. But I mean, I even think like the Saturn Ultra is pretty cheap comparative. So, uh, but basically, like if you're building like basic solid stuff, like these are FDM bases. These are like tech bases that I just built. They came out pretty well. Um, um, it just like I said, it just really depends on what you're trying to print at when. So, all right, next we need C1 and 21, 22. C is the pink one, I believe. C 21 and 22. That is going to be on here. There we go. The resin's about $30 a bottle. Basic retail, you can probably get it cheaper depending on where you shop. Like I bought a bunch of bamboo rolls because I wanted to have their rollers because everybody has different rollers, and the bamboo rollers are basically replaceable. Yeah, this is definitely a Chinese knockoff because there's no way Gundam would print in this color pink. Not saying they don't print pink, I just don't think they print in this pastel color pink. Um, so resin, I've seen bottles. My personal favorite, is around 30. I've seen it around $30. But you also got to bear in mind you have to have ventilation. So you got to have air ventilation because resin is toxic, and then you have to have. So in addition to the printer, you've got to have a curing station, which is basically like, or like I said, depending on where you live, you can do it somewhere. Sorry, bamboo A1 printer. The BAMBU. Sorry, I'm kind of mumble sometimes. The Bamboo A1. It's a FDM printer. So uh, I don't have a picture of it, but yeah, BAMBU is the brand. But you got to be careful because they're starting to lock down their ecosystem. Because right now you can use a third-party slicer, but they're about to cut that out. So I don't know when that's going to happen, but I'm like planning on, yeah, BAMBU, yeah. And they make FDM printers. I don't know if they make resin printers, but like again, if you want to build print terrain, they're great. But if you want to, yeah, I'm definitely going to paint this at some point because this color is just awful. Oh, let's pull this off. So, but yeah, bamboo. Basically, they're like the most user friendly, which is why I bought them because I knew nothing about printing. And for the most part, I now bear in mind. So FDM um, is solid. It comes on rolls like this. It's literally like thick plastic on a string. This one is used ones because the other one's still in the printer. Um, Resin is liquid. So for resin, you have to have chemicals. So once the print is done, you need isopropyl alcohol to clean it, and then you need UV light source in order to a UV light source in order to cure the model. So yeah, you need so you got to bear in mind you need all that in order for it to work. So um, yeah, literally, it's kind of it's like a very specialized plastic. It's literally is just a string. I mean, it's a specific type of string. There's a bunch of different types because you can actually print like rubber things too. Um, so uh, and there's really not a lot of fumes Well, I'm using like PLA, which is the most common stuff and the best stuff for minis, and there's not a lot of fumes with that. But resin, you got to deal with fumes. You got to deal with like you can't touch it, so you need to buy gloves. Yes. Well, again, some resin will show layer lines. It depends on the printer you get. But the good resins I want it because I think a guy has a Mars, one of the Mars models will look better. Yeah. So, got this. This is gonna be one ugly Gundam. But yeah. So yeah, resin is, so depending on the printer, but yes, resin is generally going to be more detailed. Resin is going to look better, um, and resin is I, I speeds are different because whereas like when you're say like you're printing this holder here, this printed in like 6 pieces. So there's this piece, the handle, there's the gear, which has also got a spiral thing, the base, and the 3 claw pieces. So, well, for FDM printing, the bamboo is really good. Um, I can literally print from my phone, and you can also search online and download things. But if you want to do detail, I, I stopped researching once I realized I wanted to do more terrain type things than miniatures. But I also realized I probably am going to get a resin printer at some point to start doing detailed minis because I like they're okay. You can actually do um, Space Marines work pretty well, and like bigger things like vehicles work well. I've actually got a box of a Rhino I printed out that I haven't bothered. I don't have any super glue, so I haven't put it together. Um, but you can print rhinos. Hold on, let me load up the app really quick. So where's it? So here's the bamboo handy app, and I'm not going to print anything, but like so here we're going to do search of Warhammer, and so here's a tank right here. Um, here's a Lehman Russ battle tank, you know, and well that's actually a tiny one. Sorry. Bolt pistols. This is a giant, uh, big old tank. That's like one solid piece. Here's a kind of generic looking dreadnought. Um, let's see if I can find something. Like there's tons of terrain. Uh, here's another dreadnought. You know, like here's some terrain like a display. Well, you got to buy one that has room for like a charcoal filter, which is another expense. Or ideally, you need a room that's not inside or like someplace. So, like right here behind here, I have you need someplace to vent out air. So that's going to be an extra expense. They sell little charcoal filter things that you can use, but you know that may or may not work. All right, so I need A2. This is B. A. Is this A? A2. It just vomited in my mouth. So I need A1, 2. Where's 2? 1, 3. That is not. Okay, so this is. I'm looking at the wrong thing. What is that piece? Because that's. Oh, here it is. A1. Okay. Um, like I said, go Reddit is a good source for like finding this stuff out. But like, yeah, so it's not just printer. You need to buy a printer for resin. You need to buy a printer. Then you need some place where you can clean off your minis, where you can dunk them in isopropyl alcohol, and then you need some place where you can um, dry them, cure them, which is UV. So you can put them outside in the sun, but like if you don't have access to sun when you print, you need like a UV light box. So. Well, I think actually 3D printing is more defined than AI. Um, but it's just like I said, resin is that's just the problems with resin is you have to deal with chemicals. You get the quality stuff, but you like for resin you need to have ventilation because the gas is toxic, and that's just how it is. Whereas FDM printers can't do as much detail, but they don't have the problems with PC2. It's PC2. They don't have the problems with air quality. With occasionally the plastic will get hot, but it's not nearly as bad. All right, so that's there. That's the second part. That's gonna go on like that. That's kind of weird. All right, so now I need D2. This is B. This is C. It's C2, so D2 must be a white piece. D, that's A. Oh, no, D is this. That's E1. What am I looking for? D2. Okay, so I need this piece right here. Okay. So, oh, this is so this is a Chinese knockoff of a Gundam model kit. I'm pretty sure it's a Chinese knockoff of Gundam model kit, because I just cannot imagine any Gundam being this like color of pink. I mean, I could be wrong, but I bought a bunch of Gundam model kits. Yes, that's going to come out in about 6 months, and I'm hoping that's going to be the real thing that threatens Warhammer supremacy. Plus, they'll be cheap. Uh, Actually, I'm pretty sure that this stuff predates Warhammer. Gundam's been out since like the 70s. I'm not sure if the model kits have been around, but the model Gundam. Yes, Gundam started as an anime. So, that's needs some trim. Started an anime, Mobile Suit Gundam in 1970 something, 77, 79. And it's like one of the early first wave big robot animes like Voltron and Mazinga Z and Robotech. Okay, let's put this. So, Voltron, yes. So this did not come across the pond at the same time that like Voltron and Robotech did, but it's a similar series. It's actually kind of surprising you don't know a whole lot about Gundam. But this is, I believe, a Chinese knockoff from the Crimson Witch of Mercury. All right, so that's done. So I need A17 and 16, and PC, the neck piece. But these are just a bunch of one. Robotech was considered too violent? That doesn't make sense. Ugh. So if I get this to push in here without screwing up my fingers. Oh, no. So, in the mid 80s, I was in California, and Robotech was prime time cartoons. Every afternoon at like 2:30 or 3 o'clock. This piece does not want to go in. There we go. That's going in. All right. So let's go ahead and trim that a little bit. So, but yeah. This we're all old men. But this anime, so this is like, I mean, this version is like, I think came out a couple years ago. But Mobile Suit Gundam was in the late 70s. It didn't come over when Robotech and Voltron did for some reason, but it got some prominence in the early 2000s with the release of Gundam Wing, which is probably the most popular anime. Well, not anymore because there's newer ones, but at the time was the most popular anime in America. And then we got G Gundam Gundam Fighters, which is probably the most ridiculous of the Gundam series. Let's see, A17. Which one is A? A, is this A? This is, in fact, A. So I need 17 and 16. So I need these two. So, but Gundam is like, there's actually like mainline Gundam series. I am 50, so I win. Uh, but uh, but yeah, I mean, Robotech was my soap opera when I was a kid. You know, like I would throw a fit if I did not get to watch Robotech. Um, it was honestly my first experience with like serial narrative cartoons, because this is at the same time when Transformers is out. Transformers is just like random, is like just such a ridiculous cartoon if you watch it with modern eyes. No real story, just like things happening all over the time. Oh, it's a competition. It's always is. I'm just kidding. Uh, but yeah, so it's just like Mobile Suit Gundam is honestly, it's a little bit silly because it's got the whole teenager saving the world kind of thing, but for the most part, it is basically. Let's go. Is it gonna go there? It's basically what's it called? That's got some mold lines there. Mobile Suit Gundam is more of a what's it called? It's more gritty, realistic. I mean, it's still got a giant robot in it, but it's not trying to be. This is what goes here. It's not trying to be. There we go. It's it's not trying to be like a silly like kids cartoon. It's actually like a really serious war story, and characters die regularly. Um, uh, so it's like when you consider like how cheesy and silly like GI Joe and Transformers at the time, you know, things like Robotech and Gundam where characters die semi regularly, and there's like even like there's tons of unnamed NPCs that die in Robotech like constantly, pilots getting shot and everything. Um, it was just like it's such a different experience versus GI Joe and Transformers, which I love GI Joe and Transformers, but like Robotech was my first experience with like Robotech and was my first experience with like serious kind of anime. This is actually looking pretty good. I will definitely probably take this apart and paint it later on. Let's see, next PC1. So I need PC1, PC14, and B22. That's A. This is B, B22. All right. So So, but yeah, Mobile Suit Gundam. Like I said, it's okay. Go ahead. Uh, no, well, no. Mobile Suit Gundam is quite literally uh, it's basically a civil war that happens in a future Earth between the Federation and Zeon. It kind of parallels like the rise of Nazi Germany because you know anime has a lot of influences with Germany because you know the whole war and everything. Um, but like it's because it's got like you know mass killings and war crimes. But kind of the theme is like the people on both sides are not evil in Mobile Suit Gundam. They're just on different sides of a war. So there are characters that are villainous, but most people are just like they're just soldiers on the one side of the war. You know, that's all there is to it. PC1 and PC14. PC1. So PC1 goes. And PC. Oh no, PC1 goes here. So. But yeah, so it's literally just humans fighting against humans. And it's called mobile. So there's these thing in the setting called mobile suits that are basically think of like I don't know. You know what BattleTech is? Yeah, it's humans fighting humans. It's got its own timeline. Like it's an extension of the real Earth timeline. So I need 1, I need 14, which is 14. So it takes place like in you'd probably have to Google it because I think it's like after century something or other. Um, but it's like it's basically Earth timeline. You know, it's like some sometime in the distant future. There's all this shit that's happened, and there's you know, and it's I'm actually not sure. And the whole storyline is so there's all these robots. There's there's GMs which are the Federation. Then there's Zeons which have Zaku's which is the Zeons. So Federation versus Zeon. So and basically the Gundam is actually like a prototype. Yeah, so they're kind of like BattleTechs except they're more humanoid and stylized. So they're like you know so like this is a torso and this might be accurate colors to the cartoon because Gundam's gotten kind of silly as of late. Um, so I need C1. Oh wait, no, I need Now I need 23. Um, 23, where's 23? I just saw 23. I just clipped out. Oh, there it is right here. But yeah, so it's just like I said. It's an alternate future Earth, and wars. Instead of like having like a battalion of troops, you'll have a bunch of like tanks, and you'll still have infantry. You still have tanks, but the big heavy movers are mobile suits, which are like 30 foot tall robots. Yeah, basically, yeah. It's your typical sci-fi setting. And the Gundam is like special because it's just like it's made out of a special alloy that makes it more durable. It's the Captain America shield of giant robots. So it's super durable. It's much hardier than normal robots, and so it kind of kicks. And it's got like laser beam swords. It's got basically Jedi swords, so it kicks everything's ass pretty well. Okay, that is good enough, I guess. So that is done, and that goes on the back. So no aliens. It's literally just yeah. It's mechani. Yeah, as Austin put it, it's just humans fighting humans with giant robots. Um, it's almost entirely humans. There's very few villains. They're just people on different sides of a war. C124. C1, is that a blue one? This is B1. So C1, A1, C1, 24, C1, C2, C1. Here we are. There it is. Yeah, so it's like I said, just different factions of the war. Uh, faction, not per se. My favorite unit is the Death Corps of Krieg. That's why I was really disappointed with that box set, because I thought it was going to have more variety of models in it. I thought it was going to have the command squad instead of 2 packs of horses. So I was generally mildly disappointed with that. So I mean, my faction of choice to play is I've well, I haven't built them, but model wise I've basically got 4 armies. I've got a DruKhari army. I've got a um, I've got a DruKhari army. I've got a Sisters of Battle army. I've got and I've got a Necron army, and I've got a what's it called, Space Marine army, which I'm probably going to turn into Soul Drinkers. So, and then I've got basically I've got the Skaven type box set, and I've got enough bits to make probably a 1,500 point army of I probably got enough points to make 1,500 points. Yeah, I got the old Combat Patrol because I like the old Combat Patrol because I think it's got really good vehicles. And then I bought the Battle Force of Faith, but I may sell that because it's not really considered to be a really good pile of plastic. And also, it was like a reasonable price at the time, but I think I can resell it and get most of my money back. Um, yeah, so you see, yeah, the torso built. Ooh. I'm going to do some panel lining really quick. Where is my panel line marker? one I want. Where is my panel line marker? There we are. So let's get a couple of Q-tips and a little bit of isopropyl alcohol here. I'm a big fan. So I actually am probably going to paint my Space Marines as Soul Drinkers, which Soul Drinkers are loyalist case. Oh, that's. So. Well, that doesn't look like it's going to work. Hmm. That's not going to work. This marker is not sharp. Oh, maybe that'll work. And now we have panel lining. I mean, uh, I do want that Death Corps of Krieg box set, but I just like it. It doesn't have enough of the models I want. So no, that actually sounds kind of cool. Actually, like some because I haven't really because last time I was buying was basically so so I I have the what's it called the box set for Star Wars Imperial Salt, and I was started. That's actually how I got started. Is I started painting those, and then I started painting Gundams, and then I inexorably moved into Warhammer. Yeah, I paint 40K. I paint a little bit of Star Wars. I'm gonna probably stop the panel lining this. Um, I like I said, the Space Marines I got, I'm gonna paint them probably as the what's it called? What is the faction? Is Soul Drinkers, which is a purple liveried Chaos faction that are loyal to the they are loyal to the Imperium. So I'm probably if I ever actually fight them, they will just use the standard Space Marines rules. All right, next let's. Oh, we gotta do the face. So the face is. Let's see. Where is my thing? Faces. D2. D2. Here. Oh, here we are. That looks awful. That is an awful piece of plastic. That is an awful color for plastic right there. I don't know what they were thinking when whoever in Bandai, whatever company that like ripped off this plastic from Bandai decided to make it this color. I guess it's to like bypass copyrights or something like that. Cause I just cannot imagine that this model is this color in real life. Even though Gundam models do come in some pretty weird color. Hubris. Hubris is usually the reason. Um, I am not super up on the lore. Okay, A3. Which one is A? A is the white one. A3. 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 There it is. Alright, let's see if we can get this out without fucking it up. If you do not have single bladed nippers are the best. They make such a big difference in the quality of cuts. Yeah, I might just build a couple of Gundams and then go back to painting because, like, I don't like. I mostly just bought these because I wanted to play the unofficial Gundam board game, and let's see, this should just go right in here. Come on. It's like such a tiny bit of plastic. Freaking heads. Come on. Need to get some good tweezers because that is how that goes together. but it does not want to go together easily. This friggin' mouthpiece of the mask does of the head doesn't. There we go. Nope, doesn't want to go in there. I'm trying to like force two tiny little bits together. Nope, this slides sideways. I might have to break it and glue it. There we go. Going. There we go. Oh, to not lose the friggin' head. Yeah, I don't like. I don't. I'm not sure if I like them or not yet. Um, it's like the what was it the new Snake guy that looks way cooler in the Age of Sigmar set or the old world version. So I don't. I mean, I don't know what the plan is with that. All right, so I need A5. This is A, so I need A5, A5, and A6. So let's get these both. So yeah, I like the new Space Marine sculpts. I think I kind of wish they would also like. I know they're doing the whole thing where every character is like this. Every character is this semi-unique sculpt, but I would kind of like if they actually like kind of did the whole thing where like you got a lot more like it was more you had more. I don't know. Dakari have a lot of options because like, but I feel like some of the older Space Marine molds were a little bit better, even though they're smaller. I like the bigger molds of the new stuff, but I feel like even though the older like buy a box of 30 Marines were super generic, I think they could have made them. Now it feels like everything you're just building to like one type and that's it, and I'm not sure how I feel about that. So it's just like all right, let's put this in here. This is going to go in like this. I'm not going to worry about the color. Now let's go and expand this hole a little bit. Oh, let's get this together. Ooh. Oh, I need to get my pliers. I want to clamp this together. But I don't want to wreck it. All right, that's pretty good. That looks good. I didn't put any of the glues on, but I will probably take this apart later and paint it, so that's fine. All right, so that's that. Now we need E1 and two copies of E1. Is E1 this? This is E1, so I need E1 number 6, number 9, 9 and 9. So I got one. Where's the other one? 9, and where's the other number 9? There it is. Okay. Really? I mean, I guess like Space Marines, I guess, are the most popular thing, but I mean, and honestly, I kind of don't like Necrons. I kind of like Tau because they're mostly robots, and I don't like painting skin because I kind of suck at painting skin. I'm getting better, but it's like I'm not happy with how my skin looks. I'm actually very. Oh wow, that just yeah, it goes in there. I actually like the Grotsmith rules because the Grotsmith rules lets me take Harlequins in my DruKhari army, and I have several Harlequin vehicles and a Harlequin trope and a Death Jester to paint. I've Crude are actually not bad. I actually don't mind Crude. I've painted one Crude unit. Put this thing. Oh, let me put this in there. I'll show you. That's good. Let me show you the Crude I painted. So, if you don't know about this, this is the box set that's available at Barnes & Noble for $35. And this is Blackstone miniatures. And it's just a little box set. But this is all these the little guys keep on. So this is all these guys that I painted. And this is going to be the colors for my this is going to be my soul drinkers right here. I'm going to go with this kind of purple. Yeah, $35. BarnesandNoble.com. Look for Lair of the Beast. It's the Blackstone. Oh, where's the one Kroot guy painted? I could have done better on his skin, but he looks okay. I'm going for better than table ready. So, but yeah, this is the Blackstone Fortress sprue. You often see them on eBay for like $90. Sometimes this box set gets listed for like 70, but yeah, you can get this set of models, which is all this. It's got this guy. This guy turned out really good. I kind of made a. I need to actually base them all, but this guy came out pretty well. Rusted and weathered. Like, what's crazy is for the price of this. So you said your wife is doing Adeptus Sistoris. So this has in it 2 Adeptus Sistoris miniatures. It's got this guy, Maliform Priest, with a flamer right here. And then it's got this guy with his battle mace. I messed up his skin. I probably need to redo his skin a little bit. Um, but these are like, if you buy them like separate from like, you know, like a hobby store, these are $35 a piece. Now on eBay you can get them pretty cheap, but you get this whole box set with all this stuff in it. It's got these little midget guys, but I kind of made them a little bit darker skin, but they don't, for some reason their locking doesn't work. It's got this guy, which is just like this cool guy here. He looks awesome. So, but yeah. So basically, for the price of buying one of these guys right here, these Maliform priests, actually, I'm really happy with this, how he turned out. I actually had to strip him and paint him again because I wasn't happy the first time. But again, I need to base him. But other than that, he turned out really good. For the price of buying one of these retail, you get this whole set for 35 bucks, and it's a standalone game. You know, it's a little standalone board game. Check out Barnes & Noble. Lair of the Beast box set. So it's Barnes & Noble exclusive. If you want to do Age of Sigmar, they've got this beginner set. And Games Workshop sells a variation of this, but this is, you know, it's again, I need to base these guys because I suck at basing things. But this comes with a full set of clan rats and a unit of Stormcast Eternal. I think these are Liberators. So, but these ones I did all with speed paint. They more or less turned out, but you know, they're generally good. I did all the clans with speed paint. But you know, again, $35 for. Hey, I honestly, I just like to paint. That is the thing, man. I just like to paint stuff. I just like the models. I honestly don't really play the games. I just kind of paint the models. All right, so next step of this, so I got the head, base parts of the head done. Now I need the rabbit ears. So this is C120, which I think is this is E1, C1 white, or is this one of those things? A1. C2, so it's white. There we are. Oh, I think this model actually has rabbit ears. So well, what they probably did is they're gonna legacy them, and they're gonna come back out with them in another couple of years, because they got to constantly keep retiring stuff and then bringing it back so you can get people to keep buying. So, uh, I mean, I don't think I'm good enough for a Patreon. Like, I don't think I'm honestly that good. I mean, the people that do Patreon are like super awesome. I'm just here to like I'm just here to what's it called to talk about painting and paint miniatures. Um, oh, if I could just so, but yeah. Oh yeah, nice seeing you, Bruce. But oh, I don't know if I'm good enough for a Patreon because like the people I see doing Patreon are freaking awesome. Like they're just like I'm like I said, my stuff is I'm I think I'm better than average, but I don't like when I see the people that like have a Patreon and how to paint. I am so jealous of their skill and ability they spend all this time learning, and it's like, man, I can't do any of that stuff. So yeah, these are definitely knockoff kits because I have built Gundam kits before, and they do not have this level of crap on their trim. Not normally. So yeah. Oh no, I literally stream. I mean, I basically stream every night except for Thursday night when I have a D&D game. But yeah, no, I stream everything. Like these, I'm just taking a break because I want to build some of these because I want to actually play this on a board game. And all my Gundams that I only have like one Gundam that's well painted. The rest are all kind of like yeah, these. I just wanted so there's no, I do everything on stream. Like I do um one like when I did this, you see me cut them off the sprue, assemble the pieces, put them together, glue them together, and everything. I do the whole process on stream. So it's just like um, I don't like yeah, no, I know cuz well like the thing is like I okay, so these my typical me doing a unit is about 2 weeks to do a unit. And that's 5 to 10 miniatures and that's me painting a couple hours a night. Um, but like I'm not I don't I want to move on to the next model. That's the thing is like it's all about the process of building and painting the next model after the next model after the next model. A2. Let me find A2. A2 C oh, where's A? That is yeah, I just want to move on to the next model after the next model after the next model. That's the thing that's like about me. Oh. Well, okay. Let's say amateur parade ready, because like the guys that like do the really good Patreons. Um, I thought about doing commissions, and I probably would do commissions, like, but I wouldn't want to do like whole armies because that just takes too long. But I thought about doing like kill team commissions, because kill team is like right at that level that I like to paint. Like I want to paint like 10 to 12 units at a time. And I like I said, I mean, these guys are all thematically the same, but they're all different. They all got different little bits on them. So, but, like I said, it's a thought. This is missing a piece. This has got these cat ears in here. Feels like there should be something going in these cat ears. Stickers. Let me see this. But it's a thought. Oh, man. Oh, there it is. Is that what goes in there? Nah, I mean, it's a thought. I said, I don't. Let's see. If I, so realistically, time, like a kill team is probably going to be, like looking at, I probably do about $200 for a kill team. Because, like, because I spend like, I spent about, let's see, probably over 2 weeks. I probably spent about like 20 to 30 hours painting. I feel like there's something that goes in these earpieces. Um, we'll just keep going as this. Like I said, I spent about 20 to 30 hours painting. So, and like the cheapest stuff I've seen people do on like Fiverr is like literally 20 like if I painted a unit, well, the thing is, I wouldn't want to paint like a single unit because I'm better at painting like units. Units, think of like again, you know, all five of these guys is one unit. So, like I said, in the I would probably do like kill teams at like $20 or $200 for a kill team, give or take. I mean, I don't really know. Uh huh. Uh huh. Uh huh. Uh huh. Uh huh. See, that's why I like Gundams. Once you're done building it, you got a whole ass action figure. So that's the head. That needs stickers, but I'm not gonna worry about stickers because I'm probably gonna use some Gundam markers and paint this. All right, so it's a cat-eared Gundam. So, but yeah, like the cheapest I've seen, which I think is probably comparable to my quality, is about $20 a mini. Um, I mean, bear in mind, there's like people that are on like Fiverr and Etsy that paint in that price range. Um, Before I got my job, I was thinking about doing that because you don't you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. I'm just gonna pull this out. I'm gonna sand this a little bit. But then I got a job and I got stable income. So, but stable income allows me. Oh no, these are pressure fit. Yeah, honestly, you don't glue these together unless I've never glued a Gundam model to get together. These are just pressure fit. Now, if once I paint this, I might glue it together. Let me see if I can find that. Where did I put that one I painted? Hold on a second. I have it in here. Where did I put my Gundam model that I painted? Oh, I don't know where it is. It's probably somewhere. Uh, but yeah, I generally don't glue these together. No, because here's the thing. If I want to do like a full paint, in order to paint this, in order to get it really done, you literally have to take it entirely apart and you have to paint like every single piece. You have to prime and paint every single piece separately. So otherwise, it just will not come out well. You cannot prime them. You have to like take them all the way apart. But yeah, no, these are all pressure fit. You know, so there's actually a tool they sell. For the most part, no, because this is like a hold on, let me show you. Depending on the model, some models are different, but most relatively modern Gundam models, see, these are actually like rubbery, whereas this is basically like a hard plastic. This is basically the same kind of sprue as a Warhammer model, but this is a flexible thing, so this creates a pressure fit. So you can see the neck. Let me show you. That it's got a wobble back and forward. It's got that. You actually can 360 the head. So so like it's got a whole lot of articulation. And this will basically be like, yeah, no, they've. I have one model where like how the legs and thighs connect together, the legs don't stay on very well because it's like how the socket joint is. But yeah, most of these are pretty much it's pretty much a toy. Like I'm shaking it by the head and it's still one piece. God damn, I gotta find that. I gotta let me hold on. Where did I put? Give me a second. Let me. Oh, actually, hold on. I'll be right back. I'll go check it. So here it is. So this is a model. I 100% painted this. So the plastic is actually very similar to this color. Oh yeah, you can. You can use you don't use tester's glue. The best glue is what you do is this is Tamiya extra thin. This is also what I use for Warhammer. You actually if once this bottle gets low, I'm going to dump a bunch of plastic sprue in it and I'll make it for yaps. Like I said, I'm not worried about I'm not trying to do parade ready. I'm literally just building these so I can have some minis to play a game with. So but this guy right here, everything you see is paint. None of this is the original plastic. So what I did is didn't have a proper green. I actually used a primer, a green color for his base color. I painted all these gray black. You can't really, you can kind of see it. I edge highlighted everything. To finish this, I would need to panel line it to darken up the edges. But like in the head right there, that is a clear piece of plastic, but I put yellow paint behind it. But this is all painted. There's no visible plastic on this model here. This is a 3D printed stand. These are kind of great, actually. Although this one's not. This one's actually kind of breaking. So, not the best 3D printed stand I've done, but good enough for a display model. But you can see, like, pull the foot right off. Now, see, so you can kind of see in there, it's like there's a little bit not painted, but honestly, I painted almost everything 100%. Painted the feet, painted these. So, yeah, it turned out really well, and it's like I said, it's very similar to the color of. So I painted this and then I varnished it because I've painted other models and not varnished them, and when you don't varnish them, the paint scrapes off straight away. Um, you know, so you see there's some gaps there. If I wanted, if I, but I'm not trying to do like that level of quality. It's just I just want to paint the model and be done with it. Um, but uh, but yeah. So, but like yeah, this is all 100% painted. Yeah, no, I've seen those, um, and like they're cool, but for some reason they don't have a game associated with them. You think like, okay, so we've got Warhammer and then we've got Kill Team. Why isn't there not a skirmish game that's designed where you have 1 to 2 of those figures per team and you play that way? Because they're like $20 to $40 a piece, so it would actually be kind of cool to have like a versus game based on that where you fight another team. So, oh, but all right, let's continue on with this. So I need PC1. I need a PC1. But yeah, yeah, they're just it's an action figure. But if it had a game, well, here's your fully painted Warhammer figure, and like I don't understand why they don't have a game to go along with it. It just makes so much sense. So PC1. So PC1. So this PC1. And then I need a C2. 12. Okay. But yeah, so it's just like, well, yeah, but I mean, you know, you got to think about like an individual like hero character in Warhammer. Um, an individual hero character in Warhammer is like $40. I mean, bear in mind nobody really tries to pay that price, but so like again, you know, if you had a game where it's like you got a couple of figures and like, Alex, have you looked at what's it called? Have you looked at Trench Crusade? That's a semi-miniature agnostic where it's I don't know if it's how big it's going to get, but it's pretty popular right now. And they're planning on making the game like proxy okay. They have said it's like a skirmish kind of based game, so not quite Kill Team, but slightly above Kill Team, maybe Kill Team, but a different bigger variety of units. But that's miniature agnostic. You can bring whatever miniatures you want. So, but that's Trench Crusade. Trench Crusade. It actually just I think check it out on Kickstarter. It just launched. People are already you like I think the STLs are going out now, but like they're gonna do of course you know an actual like physical printing release. But that is but yeah that's basically I think it ended last month. Yes, there's already people starting to print the models or do the models for like shows. So this goes here. Is that really that long? All right, I'm gonna trim that back because that's way too freaking long. So yeah, it's very similar to 40K. It's not quite the same. So all right, so that's one. Oh, this has actually got some printing errors in it. Holy crap. Yeah, this is like I think it's competitive now, but the problem is like the chemical issue. Like the fact that it's a the fact that it's basically a bunch of unhealthy crap comes out of it. Um, it was A8. 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 That's a big piece. Oh, I see. I see. Um, but yeah, it's what is it's. I think the quality of STLs is there. What I think is not there is the ease of use for like resin printing. Because FDM is good for a lot of things, like it's good for vehicles, but and I think like uh, basically Games Workshop's pricing is going to make 3D printing because like most people are not like tournament bound; they're just playing with their friends for some kind of fun. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, so there we got that. That is that shoulder. Now I need so like PC11. So PC11. Look at this. Is just it's just oh yeah. I like 40K. I like the models. I really like 40K models. I like how they look. I like putting them together. Um, if somebody ever comes across with like a cheaper version of and I mean like I like the like I said I like the whole process of building. I like the whole process of putting it together. B15 and B14. That is the browns. I like the whole. I like the whole B15 and B14. So is resin like? I would kind of like it if resin had something along the lines of a similar process, but you know, where I still want to assemble the sprue. If anything, what I'm looking for in resin is I'm looking for a supply of bits. Oh yeah, no, Games Workshop models. But like I said, you saw that. Like, hold on, let me pull it back out again. Like this is bigger than normal, and you can see some of the layer lines. But honestly, let's get to focus. Yeah, injection mold. But like, focus. Like this guy, like looks amazing. Like, bear in mind, this is the bigger model than Games Workshop normally makes. But the detail now it's got some flaws. Like it's got some parts where the supports didn't break off cleanly, and like some of his hair is like got chips and stuff like that. But overall, like the sword is kind of crude, but that might be the mold. But like, well, there's a website that does like vending machine injection. So there's what's it called? What's Goobertown Hobbies. He did a thing about injection, like a vending machine injection molding. Thing is, I don't think they covered how to like get your own custom molds there, but like they do like kind of a slightly softer than Games Workshop plastic injection molding. So and so it's like unfortunately it's a patented technology, so it's not something everybody can do. Freaking in Japan, they actually have sprue recycling bins in malls where you can take, your leftover sprues after you've done recycling everything and turn it into. But yeah, like that guy, that was a 3D printed model, and it looks you know, it looks awesome. Yeah, I have. I don't have any. I don't think I have. Well, I don't have any '90s stuff. I got a bunch of. This is a bunch of old stuff from the. Like a bit mix of metal and plastic. This is all old, like first, like early fantasy stuff from the late '80s. This is some stuff I painted as not me and a friend had a bunch of this stuff, and later on I like. I mean, you want to see awful? Look at that. Look at that face. Look at how goofy that face is. This is kind of how we painted as a kid. I mean, look at this old ass metal. Yeah, these are old like old Warhammer Fantasy Battle stuff. I've thought about like I'm not sure how durable though, but I've thought about like stripping them at a certain point, seeing what they turn into. Okay, so there's this E5. So 5. Where is it? Or is that no? That's 5. Okay, there's 5. Yeah, I think after this, after I build a couple of these Gundams, I'm gonna paint some rack. I got a couple units of racks. I'm gonna paint a unit of racks. I think. Oh, that's not gonna stick in there, is it? I'm gonna have to glue that. Because I think I trimmed it out a little bit too small, so it's not gonna stand there. All right. Let's put a little bit of extra thin in there. Not too much, just a little bit. Racks? Like for DruKhari racks? Um, well, I mean, I may have some spares. Because, let's see. I don't think I have anything. Yeah, I've got these guys to build. I don't know what bits like. Oh, like these sickles. Is that what you mean? Actually, another bit similar to like racks are the mandrakes. Mandrakes weapons are really cool. I just a while back I finished building Kill Team Mandrake, and their weapons are all really awesome. And you actually have a crap load of them left over once you've actually built them. So I'm probably gonna build those racks next. Um, hold on, where are my mandrakes? So my mandrakes, like these guys got magnetized, but like these swords are like awesome. Like Uh, like that sickle is just sweet. Like I actually kind of regret how I build these because I wanted to have more sickles, but like this guy, this sword is just awesome. I was very happy when mandrakes finally became available outside of the Kill Team Nightmare box set because they are so hard to come across without paying like stupid amounts of money. All right, so that's that. That is done. Oh, I was supposed to put a sticker under there. Oh, well, that's fine. If I need to take that up, I'll take it up. That'll be fine. I might paint either way. All right, so that's done. Does this go in here? Oh, I see. It's a whole bunch more stuff. All right, so yeah, racks. The thing is like the racks I got, they're like old because I like for a while. I think I was the only one buying DruKhari stuff on eBay. So is there more of these shoulders? I guess. Am I missing bits? Because I only had one shoulder. And it says to make two of these, but I only have one. Oh, don't tell me this is missing parts. It's gonna suck. Oh no, here they are. Okay. Yeah. All right. Nice. That actually sounds cool. Yeah, I haven't gotten too much into uh, honestly the models for what I'm happy with printing. The models beyond like have so many options built into them that I have not worried too much about kit bashing. Um, if I can find a reasonable source of like torsos and legs, because every time like I shop like, oh, I've got a bunch of like DruKhari arms and legs left over, arms and heads left over. I could make some more models if I had some more torsos and legs. Like every time I shop to try and find them cheaper, it's actually um, basically it's the same price as buying a whole nother box of minis. This one, what is this one? That is PC1, which is this one. So, yeah, I saw somebody post on somewhere online, and they had the Mandrake two-handed sword on a Chaos Space Marine, and they're like they just fit really well for that style of army. Um, and Mandrakes are just like I really like the Mandrake model and their style. Um, I really enjoyed painting them and building them. And I actually played in a game of Kill Team with them and tied because of the. Okay, so that's going to be too long, so I'm going to trim that down. So, yeah, legs and torsos. There are no torsos. Because I've got all the let's put, come on. I've got all the arms and heads in the world, but legs and torsos. And like like I said, I've been looking on eBay for some some torsos to go with my DruKhari because like you know, I can get a bunch of like Calibite Warrior legs and torsos, and that can work for my witches extra bits. But it's like when I do the math, it's actually basically the same price as just like buying more miniatures. So it's kind of like, why bother? Where's that white piece that goes on top of here? It's kind of disappointing in that respects that like not now in the UK you can get bits cheaper, but not in America. Yes, no, because I got like a bunch of so like 6 months ago somebody was selling like it looked like they were getting rid of like a bunch of stuff, so they were selling like a bunch of mixed lot miniatures. They were selling some older Age of Sigmar stuff. They were selling some sealed Age of Sigmar stuff. They were selling like the Tyranid part of the Leviathan box set and some random Terminids and some Eldari and a bunch of Harlequins and a bunch of paint. So I got all this for $200, and then I flipped it all except for the Harlequins and the paint, which I kept, and I made more money than selling them individually. Some people just they just want to sell and get out quick. Yeah, these are definitely Chinese knockoff kits because you can see because that little chip in the shoulder and the plastic right there won't really affect the model. But again, you know, this is what I get for buying off AliExpress. You get cheap models. But I'm not worried about this because again, I'm just building these to I'm building these to make to play a board game with. All right. Where is the next arm pieces? I'm looking and I'm not seeing. They should be right. Oh, here they are. Okay. So, yeah, it's just like when you what was it? I just want to use all the bits. You know, I've got all these extra parts. Uh, I and like I found like torsos and stuff like that for other things, like lots for Space Marines, a little bit for Guard, but not much for DruKhari or Eldar because they're just not, I guess, just not as popular factions. Um, and it's just like, so I can't really find the models I want and the prices I want. So it's kind of disappointing. But I mean, that's how it is. So, yes. I have like, I like, it just, maybe it depends on the season, but it's like right now, lately, like nothing's really going cheap on eBay anymore. Oh, is that why it didn't stick in there? That's not 8, that's 5. That one, which really doesn't. So let's see if this goes in. Alright, good enough. Yeah, I mean, well, like, also what I see doing with all my bits is because, you know, that's how you can make normal terrain look like 40K terrain. You just add skulls and, like, you know, eagles and stuff like that. So, alright, so now I need So I've got 2 of these done. This is the lower arm. So I need PC5, which is, where's PC5? PC5. I only got one PC5. So PC5, PC5, and then I need C1. C1. This is C1. Oh, it's C2. No, that's C1 number 4. C1 4. There it is. So yeah. And the problem is there's not a, it feels like the secondary market is a lot smaller in America. Um, but there's a yeah, and like I've bought stuff from England, from Europe, and from Australia. It just depends on like how much the price is after shipping. Um, so yeah, I mean DruKhari spikes are kind of the best spikes. That's both the benefit and curse of painting them is they are super spiky and they're super fragile, but they're also really cool. All right, so this is gonna go. So this is gonna go this way in here. All right, so that's that. Now I need a PC10, which is one of these. There's a. Let's see. There's actually there's this. Yeah, well, because everybody holds on to them, or you see them on eBay where they're charging like $5 for like a weapon arm or something like that, you know. And then I need A23. A is white. Yeah, A23. A23. So I need A23. A23 and A25. So this is 23. Have you seen the like the $30 bit box of trophies that Games Workshop is selling soon? It's just skulls from all over. They're like actual like trophy like weapons and things that have been stepped on. I mean, sometimes Games Workshop makes really cool stuff. They just charge too much for it. I don't like the 40% premium we pay after like even after what's it called even after you take into currency conversion, we still pay huge premium. So yeah, that actually looked pretty cool. Like I don't think I need it for anything because I got like a bunch of extra DruKhari skulls and Space Marine skulls and stuff like that. But still, that's like kind of a cool box set. Okay, so this is this one with this hole. Where's that piece? That piece is gonna go in there, go in here like this. So that is. So this is going in. So let me see. Make sure. So that is correct. That is correct. That is correct. That is correct. Oh, there's a little bit of plastic trim in there. That's fine. Did not see that in there. So, yeah, no, I mean it makes for interesting model building. Um, Sometimes though, Games Workshop is just weird with their pricing. All right, so this goes in here, and then this goes together. Yeah, I know. Like I said, like STLs are there. STLs do comparable quality. It's just, again, as long as the barrier to entry is like, for you got to buy a lot of crap, and I don't think 3D printing is becoming easier and easier, so I don't think it's going to last that much longer where it's. God, this is like horrible quality. All right, so there's that. And then this gets this piece. Hmm. That is not going to stay in there. And I did not trim it neat, so we're just going to use a little bit of glue. Alright, so that's there. And then we put this in. So that's a good quality build. Philosophical 40K conference? No, I did not hear about that. That seems like a bit too much, really. Alright, A7 and B13. A is white. A7. A7 and then B13. Where is B13? So I will tell you, do not expect good quality if you buy models of AliExpress, because these definitely feel like they are lesser quality models. was thinking they're all going to be open box since they all like don't have the box, but they definitely come off as they feel like they're knockoffs, not just like. I mean, maybe they're originals, but like none of them have the same feel as like the Japanese boxes we get in America. So. Yeah, no, I mean, what was it? There's one of the VTuber actors from Hollow Live got into it, and it's like once things become big like that, they kind of just take over. Okay, and then this goes like this. And so look at that. That is a finished arm, and it's got, in addition to, it will have additional shoulder movement, but it's got movement here. It's got a two jointed elbow, and it's also got a little bit of wrist movement as well. So it doesn't have a full like double jointed elbow like some of the bigger scale Gundams are, but it's still pretty good. And this is fully posable right there. It's got a good bicep curl to it. So that's done. Now that's the right arm. Now the left arm is almost the same thing, but in reverse. So I need I will clip these out this time to make sure. Need a 5. And then I need a 10. Now yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. South Park having their episode was kind of like, oh, well, this is kind of mainstream now. I mean, it was kind of a little bit of a joke, but A24 and 26, which is these two white ones. But it was like, the kids wanted to play Warhammer when they could use the whole kitchen table. And yeah, it's like I think it was like Space Marine. I think is a bigger impact than what's it called than South Park's episode, but South Park still had an impact. So the problem is also with popularity again comes the problem of like Games Workshop jacking up their prices, and like because they don't. I'm hoping Trench Crusade becomes a more reliable competitor. Um, so Games Workshop can get their prices lowered down. So I need a C2. Use this pink hand piece. It's literally two of the same hand. I don't know why it didn't have me build them at the same time. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, and like, he seems like he's genuinely into Warhammer. Like, you saw the video of him talking about it, and that hopefully that pays off with like somebody that, because like the thing is like I also understand that realistically, you know, the change of the lore to add female custodes. I mean, well, I'm not that invested in it, so it doesn't matter. But it's like, It's just like it's none of that all that bullshit mattered to me personally. Um, but it's just like you bring more people to the hobby, and then you have more people in the hobby. So, and maybe that will result in lower prices. Probably not, because why would they lower when they don't have to? Okay, put this one in here. And so that's these two pieces. Take a look. Oh yeah, these. Oh no, maybe that's what it's supposed to be. Oh, okay. I see. These are both. These are different. These are not the same arm. So this is the left arm that I'm building. Okay. So and then we need that piece of clear. I don't think he will. Honestly, I think that's going to more depend on Amazon giving him the free reign to do what he wants to do. Because I feel like Amazon is going to like. It feels like it's going to be a studio interference thing that screws it up more than anything else. Because that kind of feels like that's what's been screwing everything up for the past. There we go. So we get that. And now I need what do I need? I need A7 and B13. So I need this wide arm cuff. Where did I see that? There it is. But also, if like, yeah, the closer the better. I mean, real like I said, you got to make changes because like Warhammer has such a dense lore. I can understand, they just can't do everything perfect, but you want to keep as close as possible. I know that is the reported reason he had the falling out with the Witcher staff because they kind of wanted to make their own show and he wanted to do as close to the books as possible. I don't know if that's 100% true, but like I said, everything I've seen on him, he seems like he's actually a genuine like nerd, just like in shape and does acting. Yes, yes, that actually like all of those were surprisingly good. I was not expecting like honestly, I know there's the whole thing about Concord being a failure as a game, but their freaking demo video was not bad. Like their maybe if they had released that demo, the secret level thing for Concord, it might have turned out. I mean, it's kind of a generic, pirate fantasy thing, but it still was pretty decent. All right, this is the left arm. This is going to go on this side. All right, so that's both arms done. I'm not going to worry about hands. Hands can wait. So let's go ahead and put. So. So you got, you said you got reasonable articulation in the arm. It can go like that, and then of course it can spin 360. So like that's this. I mean obviously this is it's got a cat ear helmet, so feels like it's going to be a little bit girly, but that's okay. Oh no, you should. They are all good. The Pac-Man one, they're all most of them are kind of on the edge of tragic. The Pac-Man one is really dark and weird. Um, I would recommend watching them all. I I don't think you'll be disappointed with like I said the not so there was one that involved the let's see PC3. So I got two of those. Okay. So there was one that involved like interstellar travel and relativity for how like these two people were chasing each other, and that one didn't make sense to me. But most of them have been really good, enjoyable. Yeah, no, it's like the Mega Man one is great. You know, they're all just like really weird and great. All right, so I need A1 and A35. So A1s, I got two of these. I got one piece of it. So so, but yeah, they're actually all like they actually kind of do a good job of leaving me wanting more. A35. A is this C. This is A35. Oh, here we go. They all did a good job of leaving me wanting more. Like I would definitely love a whole animated series done how Titus was done. Um, you know, it's like it's like the interesting thing of these super badass space marines, and then here comes a demon, and it's like, oh crap, they're all fucked except for the one. Like all these cultists were no real threat, but one demon just completely fucks them. Which I feel like that's lore appropriate for most characters. So yeah, no, like all the Marines looked cool, the cultists looked cool. Actually, at one point back in I think it was 2003, I was actually thinking about building a whole Chaos Cultist Space Marine, Chaos Cultist Army, which is just going to be, nothing but like hundreds and hundreds of cultist models. Because some of them can have Space Marine armor or something like that, but just like nothing but just like massive amounts of cultists. I know. Because that's like how Space Marines are supposed to be compared to anything that's not like um, like something that they would fight. But yeah, all the rest are like I said, even the Concord one. I know Concord was like a game that was like just came out and everybody crapped on, but even the Concord one was interesting. You know, it was kind of cheesy, generic, like heist movie type thing, but it was okay. I mean, if anything, it was definitely better than the game, which is kind of strange. It's kind of funny that they put the money into like having this animated feature and then they cancel the game because yes, that's pretty much it. That is exactly it. Let's see. Okay, so these are just 2 feet put together. Yep. All right. Bigfoot. Or the or the Fury Road is just Chaos Cultist. Is the other option there? Because they're definitely Chaos Cultists too. But yeah, they're definitely that look of orc vehicles. Okay, so that's both feet. All right. Anything else go on the feet? Stickers. Don't worry about that. B35. So, two of these. Yeah, well, I mean, basically, if you watch the old Mad Max films, like especially Beyond Thunderdome, they definitely have that feel of 40K without the 40K, you know. I mean, it's like you don't realize how, like you don't ever think about how much those old movies basically influenced, every like franchise. I mean, would there be a 40K without Lord of the Rings? Probably not. I mean, Lord, there might have been another Lord of the Rings that eventually would have come along, but Lord of the Rings is one of those genre defining things. There we go. All right, so you look at this. Oh, I might trim that. So we got this all sorts of ankle tilt and then a little bit of back and forth on the ankle. So, like I said, when you build these, you get like a whole ass action figure. Honestly, the only real difference is like they're a little bit lighter than like a GI Joe figure because they're a lot. All right, so this feet can go over there. Now we need right leg is. So PC7. So PC7 and PC11. And then I need B29 and B29. So here's B29. So if you actually get like the if you ever look at the 1/100 grade Gundams, which is basically the next, well, there's also better quality versions, and then let's see, 25. Need 25 and 26. Let me go and get those two. Gundams come in like different grades. Like these are like the cheapest grade. This is like even though these are fairly complicated, this is still kind of your entry level Gundam. Alright, so it's different qualities. Like the quality can vary, like once you get to the 1/100 scale Gundams, they will have that's overprint. They will have like actual like in-depth details on the more advanced models. Can't tell. Yeah, that's something that's supposed to be there. So let's just trim off what I gotta trim off. Okay, so that's good. Man, there's a lot of plastic trim on these things. Definitely lower quality molds. All right, so that's that. And okay, so that is up. And this is curved, aimed down. Goes in there like that. And then we have got, so this is like this, And then, let's trim these. 99%. There is often, because sometimes, like, there'll be several variations of the same model, so you'll have like, Warhammer, you'll sometimes like have options on how you can build the model. Sometimes it's in the instructions, sometimes it's not. Um, like there'll be alternate. Like I'm gonna have several different hands I can put on this. Um, but yeah, most of the time, sometimes there's like a couple of random bits. Like I do have some. There's not much. It's it's probably like 3% of this will not get used. Is probably going to be all. All right, so that is correct. That is correct. Yeah, probably, like I said, probably only about 3% of this will not. There'll be like a handful of extra parts. Like probably I'll have some of these left over, the joint pieces. And I might have some like the gray parts. I might have some of those left over. But usually almost everything will be used. But like some of these are like some of these sprues will like you could this is a more basic model, but some of the you can actually see how like there'll be multicolor plastic fused onto the same sprue sometimes. Okay, that is correct. Okay, so that is correct. That's probably a knee joint. All right, so that's done. This is the okay. So next I need a PC10 and a PC1. PC1, PC10. So yeah, no, it's like I said, it's just like sometimes there'll be either a different model that has a lot of the same sprue, but yeah, there's not usually a whole lot of like scrap beyond like the actual sprues. Like you can see there's one, two, I got four different hands or three different hands. So it's just like because there'll be two gun hands and one action pose hand. Um, some models can have like six hands. All right, no problem. Let's see, where was I next? Okay, so I need A29 and A31. So 29 and 31. So and there's that one. Oh, that's a little bit of trim. All right, so okay, so we're doing this end, and we got this going down right here. and this one going sideways. And then we'll put this. Oh, I need, what is that? That is the ankle piece. That is right there. So those are both 36. Alright, so this ankle piece goes right in here. Mm. Oh. Okay, so that's good. So that is that. And then I need E17. So what's that? No. Pilots are in the torso. If you get one of the nicer ones, they will actually sometimes have like open up torsos. But no, the pilot is in the torso. And like these are like if you ever like watch some of the animes, the fights are pretty brutal. Like usually like one good hit is like all it takes. It's not video game physics where they get shot. One good hit from a beam weapon will just like yeah. Like I said, I'm pretty sure this is a Chinese knockoff, but so far yes, the assembly has been pretty good. Um, there's a little bit of um, like extra trim, but not too much. So let's see, and then that is done, and then this goes together like this. There we go. So this is going to be a double jointed knee. So you'll see. They usually put more probably because also the things are bigger. They generally put more posability in the legs. All right, so that is done. And it's like it's got this little piece right here that flips up for where the ankle goes. Um, all right, so next we need A11 and A9. A11 and A9. So, like I said, these are either like just like open box models that like a store couldn't sell in China, or they are like maybe rejected models because they don't have the full box. Um, I got them off AliExpress very cheap. It took like a month for them to get here. Actually, um, yeah, I mean, it's like the some of the newer models of Warhammer that are push fit. It's kind of like that. But yeah, no, it's a pretty good. They're generally very good quality models. I mean, I've been building these for 25 years or so. They've always been generally very good quality. And you can get them apart, but you actually need like a specialized soft, kind of like the kind of toys. Yeah, like I said, yeah, I know. I'm just not sure with these. They might be China assembled. They might not. Where's that other piece of leg? They just these like there's just like a lot of errors that I wouldn't expect from like normal Bandai stuff because normally Bandai does pretty good quality. Um, like you can't really see it. There's a mold line right there that seems unusual. It's just like, you know, but you got to be careful because sometimes you think something's like trash plastic and it's actually part of the panel how it's supposed to look. So, but sometimes it's not. So sometimes it's hard to tell. But yeah, like I said, these feel like they feel kind of like they're knockoffs. They just okay. So this goes. So this is the front leg. So this goes on here like this. Let's see, this, and this goes on here like this.
Why did it stop snowing?
All right, so here's most of the leg assembled, and like I said, look at that. It's double jointed knee, so it gives good posability. And then a C2-5. What is C2? Is this C1? So it's on this thing. C2-5. Also, I bought 17. So I bought them from I bought them off AliExpress, and I got. You have to be careful when you're shopping on there because sometimes it's free shipping, sometimes it's not. But these are all like open box models with no box. Some of them is just like the sprues. They all have like all the transfers and everything. Um, but uh, again, so they have a miniature game coming out this summer called Gundam Assemble, and they are going to be slightly bigger than. They are going to be slightly bigger than. It looks like they're going to be slightly bigger. They're going to be about like 2-inch models, maybe. Yes. So. Um, I don't have an example. So, assume a human can fit in the palm of the hand. A human is slightly longer than a finger. So, the um, these are this is a 1/144 scale model. I don't know if you saw in Japan, but last year in Japan, they made a full scale Gundam model. So it's got a lot of, like I said, it's got a lot of articulation. You know, it's got the lot. You can freaking put the foot all the way out like that. So, is it only yes? So that's one leg, and the other leg is the same thing in reverse. So let's get the brown pieces. But how tall is it? Let me look it up. How tall was the Gundam built in Japan? 59 feet. So, 59 feet tall. So, 6 stories. So, and I'm not sure if that one was built to scale, but it was built big. So Pacific Rims are kaiju scale, which is like a whole other scale. I'm pretty sure this, like I said, this is a, well, let's probably say 2 windows per floor. So, to a building. Yeah, it's probably, like I said, probably about 6 or 7 stories, depending. And I mean, so this one is going to be, probably looks like it may be a little bit shorter than this one. But there's a lot of variety. Let's see, I need a PC7 and PC11. PC7 and last PC11. Oh, that's the wrong one. I need a PC7 and PC11. Pick the wrong one. Let's see. So let's send that in there. This one goes in here, rounded side up. So, I have, like I said, I have the original Space Marine Epic Scale box set, but I don't actually, no, I don't currently, is this the right one? That was PC7. Did I grab the wrong one? I think I might have grabbed the wrong one. Oh yeah, I did. I grabbed the wrong one. That's fine. Okay. But I don't build any. I think I have some like 1980s, late 1980s Titans somewhere. I'm just not sure where. I don't think I threw them away, but honestly can't remember at this point. I think I have somewhere. I might have thrown away. I'm not sure, but I think I have a box of the original 30 Space Marines I painted back in the late 80s. And I would love to find those out and like maybe clean them up a bit, but I might have thrown them away. I honestly just can't remember. Yeah, honestly, like I mean, so I just like I didn't know what I was buying when I was buying stuff. I was just like, oh, these are Warlord Titans. I want to paint those, so I bought them to paint them. Yeah, I honestly just like painting as a hobby, and now I like it because it has me playing video games less. All right, so let's see. Okay, pointing forward. Oh, spokes. Oh, actually, that needs a little bit of trim. Maybe fine. Okay, that's. Oh, let's get some more of that trim plastic inside there. Be fine. All right. So then this one. So, yeah, they're a lot more detailed, honestly. Like I said, I probably might try and sell it at some point, but I've got, like I said, I've got the Space Marine Epic box set, which is got a bunch of Land Raiders and Rhinos and tiny, tiny Space Marines. Like really itty bitty. Like a squad is like a plastic towel with like 20 of them on it. They're cool though. All right. So next I need 30 and 32 on the white. Yeah, 30 and 32 on the white. So that is the thought. I'm hoping I will get to retire. I don't know how. I don't know how the next. I don't know how the next 15 or 20 years are going to go in America. So I'm hoping to retire, but I wouldn't be surprised if I don't get to. I'm hoping nothing happens and I can have like a reasonable retirement age. But I don't know what's going to happen in America. I'm worried we're entering our grimdark area. So, but yeah, I mean, honestly, like I still want to buy more and more stuff, but the amount of stuff I have on my pile of shame is pretty. I mean, it's not huge. It's not like a ridiculous pile of shame, but I got a lot of crap on there. Considering I've only been buying stuff for like a year, I've got a lot. So, yeah, no, nobody knows what's gonna happen. So, and nothing I can do about it. 2,500 models or $2,500 worth of stuff. Because you might have me beat at $2,500, but I've got two combat patrols. I've got two battle forces. I've got two combat patrols. I got two battle forces. I got a bunch of smaller units. Um, I've got the Age of Sigmar box set. I've got Warhammer Imperium. I'm missing all but like I think one issue. All but like no, I think I'm missing three issues. I've got Warhammer Imperium to paint. Let's see, and then I've got a little bit of the Battle Cry, the Age of Sigmar version of that. Oh, let's get that in a little bit of trim. So, oh, I don't think I have that much. I do have a good bit though. I do have a good bit. Let's see. All right. And this is the one I want. Yeah, you've got a lot. You've got quite a bit more than me. I might catch up with you eventually. Because I really like buying, and I don't paint as fast as I buy. Especially because, like, I feel like DruKhari is going to get a reset probably soon. So, all right, it is 10 o'clock. This is normally the time where I shut down for the evening. Um, it's been great talking to you, Boos Phallus. Um, I will be picking this up tomorrow, depending on whether or not I'm working, because it's currently snowing in my area. But I'll be picking this up tomorrow, probably around 8 o'clock. Like, it's 10 o'clock my time now, so I usually paint for about 2 hours a night, maybe 3, depending. So I'll be picking this up again tomorrow uh, at about 8 o'clock. So these are the guys I painted, nice and varnished, ready for the table. Not that I'll be playing anytime soon. It's been great talking with you. You have a good evening and good night. And of course, as always, I hope you find good deals on the miniatures you're trying to buy. Good evening and good night.